Right. Right, so City half-time 1-0 up. City are winning against Port Vale without a free-in manager. Wait a minute, Sphinx, let's see how Sphinx are doing. I think they're away, so... well, obviously they're away, otherwise they'd be fucking playing here, wouldn't they? They're losing away at Shawbury. And Shawbury down in, what, 19th? They're losing 3-1, they're having the houses handed to them. I think there's 3 little words that describe that scenario. I was thinking more along the lines of, oh my god, but I'll take that. Aki has made his way off the pitch to be replaced by Muzzy and Duna. So apart from that, it is as you were at Sphinx Drive. Some half-time scores to bring you firstly from Vale Park is Port Vale 0, Coventry City 1. Of course, here at Sphinx Drive is Coventry United 2, Brocton 0. Also in the Midland League Premier Division, it is Shawbury United 3, Coventry Sphinx 1. So Sphinx are not having the best of times in the Premier Division. Curzon Ashton are thrashing Bedworth United by 3-0 in the FA Cup. So it looks like the Cup dream is over for Bedworth United. Let's get the latest score from the Butts Park Arena, and Coventry have actually, well, I wouldn't say they've turned it around, but they've caught up. It's now Coventry RFC 9, Hartpury College 12. So Hartpury are just 3 points in front now. The half-time scores from the professional leagues in the Premier League. Liverpool beat Swansea by 2-1. That's the final score. Latest scores: Hull 0, Chelsea 0, Sunderland 0, West Brom 1, Watford 0, Bournemouth 1, and West Ham 0, Middlesbrough 0. In the Championship, 1 full-time score: Fulham 1, QPR 2. A good end to a bad week for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. And the latest scores: Birmingham 0, Blackburn 0, Brentford 0, Wigan 0, Bristol City 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Burton 1, Cardiff 0, Ipswich 0, Huddersfield 0, Leeds 1, Barnsley 0, Preston North End 2, Aston Villa 0, Reading 0, Derby 0, Rotherham 0, Newcastle 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Brighton 1, and that's between Wolves and Norwich. Kicks off at 5:30. In League 1, AFC Wimbledon 2, Gillingham 0, Bolton 0, Oxford 0, Bury 0, Scunthorpe 1, Charlton 0, Rochdale 1, Chesterfield 0, Bradford 1, Fleetwood 1, Sheffield United 0, Northampton 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Oldham 0, MK Dons 1, Port Vale 0, Coventry City 1, Shrewsbury 1, Swindon 1, Southend 0, Peterborough 0, and Walsall 1, Millwall 1. In League 2, Barnet 0, Leyton Orient 0, Cambridge 1, Accrington 0, Carlisle 0, Colchester 0, Cheltenham 0, Luton Town 0, Crawley 0, Blackpool 0, Crewe Alexandra 0, Mansfield 0, Grimsby 0, Hartlepool 2, Plymouth 2, Yeovil 1, Portsmouth 1, Doncaster 2, and Wickham 0, Exeter 0. And also an update as far as the Ryder Cup is concerned. Team USA lead Team Europe by 5 points to 3 on day 2 of the Ryder Cup. 5-3 to Team USA. And also in the Formula 1, which takes place in Malaysia at the Sepang circuit just outside Kuala Lumpur. Lewis Hamilton is on pole position for tomorrow's Malaysian Grand Prix, and Jenson Button in McLaren lines up in P9 ahead of his 300th Formula 1 start. Just the second driver ever to reach 300 Grand Prix. Of course, the only other driver to do that is Rubens Barrichello. So 300 races for Jenson Button this weekend. He starts the race 9th tomorrow with Hamilton on pole position. So we are set to go here at Sphinx Drive. Once again, we are sponsored today by Graham Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Right, let's go for a quick run through of the starting lineups before we get underway again. Firstly, for Brocton, 1. Aidan Stone, 2. Luke Wright, 3. Adam Robinson, 4. Ben Taylor, 5. Harry Flowers, 6. Josh Wilson, 7. Daniel Lomas, 8. Tom Vaughan, 9. Dominic Dell, 10. David Burks, and 11. Matthew Hardiman. For Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris, 2, Pierre Mudim, 3, Lewis Hudson, 4, Jean Nakori, 5, Callum Burgess, 6, Jamie Coleman, 7, Kevin Thornton, 8, Chris Cox, 10, Josh O'Grady, 11, Mikael Beckley, and 15, Muzzy Unduna. Well, we're all set to go for the second half. Coventry United lead Brocton by 2-0. Can they continue their impressive start to the game? We'll find out as we get underway for the second time at Sphinx Drive. Here's Dell, dispossessed from behind there by Coleman, put forward by Cox towards Mikael Beckley. Right able to play it back to his goalkeeper. Stone will hoot this one away. He's looking for Luke Wright. He's taking a touch off Hudson, out for a throw-in to Brocton. To be taken by Luke Wright. He's got Wilson in support. And Duna trying to block off the throw. Finds Tom Vaughan. And it's gone out for a Coventry United throw this time. The return ball from Vaughan. Not what was required. So once again, we will keep you up to date with the latest goings on with our local teams. Coventry RFC losing by 2 goals to... what am I saying? Coventry RFC losing by 9 points to 12 at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry City beating Port Vale by 1-0. Keep you up to date with those games as and when we get the updates. As Aidan Stone retrieves the ball once again. In goal for Brocton. Ben Taylor dodges a challenge from Unduna, but plays it back to Aidan Stone. And Brocton have struggled to string anything together in terms of an attacking move so far. United have dominated proceedings at Sphinx Drive. We'll see what what Brocton can do. Of course, that header onto the crossbar. And appeals there from Coventry United against the Brocton man Luke Wright, who attempted to catch the ball. The fans claim that he was still inside the boundaries of the pitch. It was right on the line. And United give away another throw-in. Right, hoops it forward towards Dell, headed up by Hudson. And there has been a change for Brocton. Not sure who's gone off yet, but we do know that the number 16 has come on, and that number 16 is Declan Green. Hudson looking for Unduna. It's gone out. And I believe that it is. I think it's David Burks who has gone off. I can't see the number 10 for Brocton, so it is indeed Declan Green who has come on for David Burks at half-time. So one change apiece. United regain the ball with Kevin Thornton. O'Grady wants it through on the right-hand side. He's got the ball. And may try from long range here, deflected and into the net! Josh O'Grady's waited 2 months for a league goal, and now he's got 2 in a game. Josh O'Grady makes it 3-0. Had a helping hand on the way through from the leg of a Brocton defender, but O'Grady will not care one jot about that. Coventry United 3, Brocton 0. Welcome back, Josh O'Grady. Was it Beckley?
Luke, can you take over from me? He's clueless.
I think it was a strike. Well, I've seen the replay. It looked like to me it was O'Grady who struck. I think it took a touch on the way through by Beckley, but it looked to me like it was O'Grady. But you know, it was Josh, wasn't it?
Liam, it was Josh.
Yeah, I know it was Josh, but Luke, it was Josh. Seriously, it was a deflection. I mean, it looked to me as it came off a Brocton defender. Some people are saying that it came off Beckley. To me, it was a Josh O'Grady goal, but so, honestly. Right, I can give it. It was a Josh O'Grady goal. I don't give it anyone saying it was O'Grady. Okay, the deflection came off a Brocton defender. You know, I'll be glad when we get to the Butts Park Arena. There'll be a commentary box, and I don't have to put up with this. I won't be taught like that. I keep on going. I won't be here.
He's been hopeful there, hasn't he, really?
Oh, I'll tell you what. So it was Josh O'Grady who scored. Right, back to the action.
Come on.
As a offside is given. As we're playing it around at the back. Here's Hudson. So all the way through to the goalkeeper. Well, no, this is. I'm getting confused there because to me it looked like O'Grady who struck it. Now the Twitter feed is saying it's Mikael Beckley as well. So.
Watch the game.
Screen the striker, screen the striker.
Lomas. Thornton able to regain possession for United, but we've got to try and get away here under pressure from Josh Wilson.
Go Pierre!
O'Grady.
Keep going Pierre!
Beckley on the right hand side. Unduna wants it in the centre, put into the box and cleared there by Ben Taylor. Wilson tries to bring it under control for Brocton, but it's come back to United with Cox and now Moodim. It's got out now for a United throw-in. Here's Cox. O'Grady. Space on the right-hand side and cuts it in now for Pierre Moodim, and it's put out for a corner kick by Harry Flowers.
Second ball, edge of the day, two of you! Counter press, there! Two, on the edge!
O'Grady takes a short corner. Moodim and cuts it back in. Josh O'Grady, well saved at the near post and cleared by Harry Flowers just in the nick of time. Here's Green now. It's well held off there by Callum Burgess, but the pass back towards the defender took a touch off Kevin Thornton on the way out, and it will be a Brocton throw.
Keep going, Josh! Men for men! Men for men!
Throw taken, it dodges the head of Green and played forward once again. Thornton. Wilson tries to dispossess him, but it's taken away by Decory. Put to the left-hand side now. Unduna attempted to side challenge from right, does nothing. Unduna still with the ball into the centre with Decory. He's forced down from behind. Referee says no, and Vaughan comes away with the ball. Decory still trying to win the ball back, and in his attempts has conceded a free kick. But United have got the ball back straight away from the free kick. Cox plays in O'Grady on the right, and he's taken out by Flowers. I think Flowers is already on the yellow card. I think Flowers is already on the yellow card. The referee, I don't believe, is going to take any further action. But Flowers has got to be careful. I believe he's already been booked. There will be a free kick now to Coventry United on the right-hand side. There's O'Grady lining one up here. He will try one. Oh, it's a good catch there from Aidan Stone. United regain possession once again in the centre circle. Cox. Beckley puts it forward onto the right-hand side. O'Grady's got it. Crossing opportunity. Or will he try and cut in? He is going to try and cut in and will try one himself. And it's headed away by Taylor. Coleman heads it out for a throw-in. As Brocton tried to break forward. Well, whoever scored the third goal, United do lead by 3 goals. So there's some confusion as to who scored the third goal. With well, I believed it was Josh O'Grady, but we're being told it was Mikael Beckley who scored.
All right, stay alert! Stay alert!
And so United do lead by 3 goals to 0. Whoever scored, we will check the footage back after the game.
Come out! Next!
Right, putting the cross easily dealt with by Rich Morris, and an overhead throw there to Pierre Moudin. He's got space on the right flank. Licori into the centre with Kevin Thornton, and Duna and Beckley both making runs, but he's found Josh O'Grady. Will he try on himself? O'Grady lays it off. Kevin Thornton on the edge of the area. Thornton lays it off now for Hudson, and United couldn't deal with that one. But still, they come at Brocton. O'Grady, lovely, fronted ball into the penalty area, put to the cross goal, and Robinson able to slide it away. But still, O'Grady with the ball on the right-hand side. Could United go for goal number 4 here? Tries to cut in, O'Grady puts it in over everyone, and out for, it looks like it's going to be it's a goal kick. And there's going to be another change here. And there's going to be another change here as Harry Flowers is going to come off. And, well, we said a couple of minutes ago, he has already been booked, and he was very lucky to stay on the field. And the management are certainly agreeing with us there. They're taking Flowers off before he maybe takes himself off. And Matthew Dean is going to replace him. So second change for Brocton, with Flowers being replaced at centre-back. And a goal from the London Stadium. West Ham 0, Middlesbrough 1. As United try and break here. Lomas able to dispossess the United man. Ball forward. Head towards his teammates there by Coleman, but picked up once again. Wilson, under pressure from Licori, he's being forced back into his defence. Taylor. Coleman tried to let that go forward to Morris, but Dell with an opportunity now as he cuts into the penalty area and makes it 3-1. Coleman's got to take the blame for that one, allowing the ball to run past him, believing there was no one there. But Dominic Dell able to pick up the ball and slide it past Rich Morris.
Come on, United!
And there, a very rare error there from Jamie Coleman, allowing Brocton to get themselves on the score sheet. Is it the start of a comeback or a consolation goal? We'll have to wait and see. But whatever the circumstance, it's Coventry United 3, Brocton 1. And Dominic Dell on the score sheet for the visitors. And a goal at Vicarage Road, Watford 1, Bournemouth 1. And once again, Brocton trying to make an opportunity. But Morris gathers the ball. Moudin, plenty of time, plenty of space. Tries to cut it in from Licori, but a very sloppy pass. Lomas tried to take it away. United now got themselves a throw-in now, right on the halfway line. United, a little bit of complacency there. Ball forward towards Muzzy and Doon. It's a little bit too far off the ball into the penalty area. Too powerful for the substitutes. United looking to make it, I believe, 4 games in a row with a victory.
Josh is in the wrong area. Go up front.
Goalkeeper hoofs it away. Cox and Lomas trying to both trying to get it. Cox has kept it in. It did look like it went out, but the linesman not raising his flag. There was going to be some confusion over whose throw it was, but the confusion has now been lifted. Wilson can't bring it to feet. And now Moudin for Coventry United. Josh O'Grady down line. Thornton back to Moudin. Tries to put it into the penalty area. He's looking for Nduna. Taylor heads it towards his teammate. Now Josh Wilson storming away until Cox brings it. He runs on end of a lovely bit of skill from Chris Cox to keep it in. Cheeky little back heel to Nduna. Nduna lays it off to Beckley. Beckley in the penalty area now, trying to hold off Adam Robinson. It's now going to be a goal kick as Beckley couldn't keep it in. Remains 3-1 Coventry United. And another goal in the Premier League at the London Stadium. West Ham 1, Middlesbrough 1. So a quick response there from the Hammers. Coventry City still lead Port Vale by 1-0 at Vale Park, with Marvin Sordell on the score sheet. Hudson, Cox, nice little link-up play there. But United are able to keep possession. Taylor clears it. Here's Declan Green. And the pressure from Coleman. Coleman able to outmuscle the much taller striker. Attempted ball forward by Luke Wright. Goes out for a United throw.
Pull away, pull away!
Grady regains possession and plays it onto the left-hand side with Lewis Hudson, but Hudson's chest control lets him down. Matthew Dean picks it up. Forward ball by Lomas. Here's Dell. Can they work themselves a little bit of space as they try and find a second goal? And goal number 2 would bring them straight back into this contest. Hudson now to head the ball away after an attempted cross from the left-hand side from Luke Wright. And a nasty challenge there from Daniel Lomas. And it is going to be a yellow card. Lomas helps Nduna to his feet, but it's not going to change the ref's mind. It is going to be a booking for the skipper, Daniel Lomas. And there you go. Referee reduces the yellow card. Certainly warranted the challenge from behind on Muzzy Nduna. Jamie Coleman to take the free kick from the left flank, just inside United's half. Short one to Hudson, and Nduna in front of him. Nduna finds Decory in the centre. Ball forward towards Thornton. Thornton lets it go. O'Grady picks it up. Forward to Thornton. Flicked onto the right-hand side. Lovely passing from Coventry United. Moonen puts it in. Handball claims from Coventry United. Not given by the referee, but they're given a corner. There's going to be a corner kick from the right-hand side. O'Grady puts it in towards Cox and head away by Taylor. Corey might get that one on the edge of the box, and he does. Thornton's there with him, but good pressure from Josh Wilson to win the ball back for Brocton. And streaming away now from the Coventry United attack, and through now is Dell. Another opportunity, and fires it wide at the near post. What a chance for Dominic Dell to make it 3-2. But the number 9 couldn't convert. Probably the best chance of the game. United struggling now to keep control of this game. Brocton certainly coming into their own now. Can the Red and Greens maintain this lead? With 25 minutes to go, it remains Coventry United 3, Brocton 1. Friendship taken by Matthew Dean on the right hand side for Brocton, inside United's half. Lomas, Cox able to dispossess him, but loses it to Dell. Dean, Dell on the right, surrounded by red shirts, and eventually United, well, they went out to me, but the referee has not seen it. And United could pay for that as it's an attempted chance here from, it's just over! What an opportunity there from Josh Wilson, a couple of Brocton fans in front of us celebrating. Well, Rich Morris obviously knew it was going over because he didn't move, but a long range effort there from Josh Wilson. It was a cracking attempt. It did make the net rattle, but thankfully for United it was on the wrong side of the net. Well, Morris didn't move, so I assume that he knew that it wasn't going in. So he's not the sort of goalkeeper to make errors like that.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is actually. Yeah, so I just hope he doesn't listen to the replay of this. Otherwise, I might be in trouble on Tuesday. But here come United now, trying to answer Brocton's attacking prowess in recent minutes. Good chance there from O'Grady. Sorry, Cox, I should say. Beckley may try one here and fires it wide. Good opportunity there for Mikael Beckley, and there's going to be another change. I believe it's going to be now for Coventry United. It is. There's Harry Barnes of his trusty substitutes board, and coming on is going to be Kai Williams, and he's going to be replacing Mikael Beckley. So a bit of a surprise to see Williams not on the starting lineup today, but he is on the pitch now. He replaces Beckley, who has been playing it in a number 9 role in the last half an hour or so. I've seen that Williams will be taking that one. Williams is predominantly a winger, but has been playing up front for the last few games. But Williams makes an appearance off the bench. So the front three now, Nduna, Williams and O'Grady. Burgess tries to find Thornton. Side challenge there from Decory, and the referee thinks that it's a foul. He's given the free kick for a slide challenge on Declan Green. And a goal at the KC Stadium. Hull City 0, Chelsea 1. Chelsea lead against Hull City. The free kick is put in, easily dealt with there by Rich Morris. Morris's kick a little bit too far for Nduna. It's run out. So around 25 minutes to go until we end proceedings at Sphinx Drive. And well, as usual, we will be having our Man of the Match award 10 minutes from the end. So who do you think should be the Hillsborough Matchday Man of the Match? Let us know on Twitter at MatchdayHills. This is John Decory now for Coventry United, shrugging off the challenge of Robinson and Vaughan as well. Forward ball, Kai Williams. Good challenge from Ben Taylor to nick the ball away from Williams just as he was about to pull the trigger. Dell to the wrong end of the pitch. Now United have got a throw in. I've got to say the linesman getting a little bit of stick here from the Coventry United fan base. There is going to be a change now for Brocton, and coming on is going to be Callum Head, and he's going to be replacing Tom Vaughan. So that is the final change for Brocton, the last roll of the dice for the visitors. Throwing taken by Hudson, cut out. Push there maybe on Head, not given, but here comes Dell. Chip ball onto the right hand side. Head won't keep that one in. As I say, the linesman's getting a fair bit of stick. He has made a couple of errors so far today, but everyone's human. I think I've proved that, haven't I? Throwing Whiteson, nodded on by Cockton as far as Ben Taylor. Green only finds Thornton. Moodham wants it on the right. Moodham gets it on the right. O'Grady and Williams in front of him. He's under pressure though from Josh Wilson. Here's Josh O'Grady. Dodges the challenge of Lomas. Now the captain Chris Cox slips. But O'Grady will pick up the pieces and fire it at goal. Blocked well there by Taylor. And now Wright will clear his lines. Coleman's got to be careful here as Head is right behind him. He manages to find Hudson. He's going to be quick here as the Brocton man was right behind him. Thornton puts it on the right hand side with Pierre Moodham. Striding away from Head. Down line, he's looking for Kai Williams. Williams won't get there before Luke Wright, but it will be a Coventry United throw. United still lead by 3-1. Dominic Dell scoring. Around 10 minutes to go for Brocton to bring them sort of back into this game. United still looking like they will round off this game with 3 points, but it's certainly not dead in the water yet. Another throw-in is given. Midland takes one, finds Thornton. Now O'Grady. Back heel, lovely bit of skill there. Midland puts it in, and it's put out for a corner, punted away by Adam Robinson. And it's gone into the car park. And that is why I get either cycle or get lifts to games. Well, that's more goals. There's been 2 goals at the London Stadium. At Vicarage Road, I should say. Watford 2, Bournemouth 2. As Thornton fires it over the crossbar. So Watford 2, Bournemouth 2, and Chelsea have got another one at the KCOM Stadium, I believe it's now called. Hull 0, Chelsea 2 is the score there. And I can say that it's still Port Vale 0, Coventry 1 according to my statistics, but I'll check on the old Sky Blues Twitter feed. Fingers crossed that you can hold on, because it's been a dreadful start to the season. It's still 1-0 to Coventry City. 604 away fans at Vale Park, so well done to the Sky Blue Army for following their team. Cox. Bit of a trip there maybe from Lomas. Referee doesn't give anything. Dell tries to note down for Dean, and that is definitely gone. Once again, the referee, the assistant, getting quite a lot of stick from Coventry United. Fans claimed that it had already gone out of play before Hudson touched it. Right. It's another throw into Brocton, and again, Moodham's not happy this time. It's on the far side, so it's a different linesman. Here's Head. The Corey tries to nick it away from him and does so. Tries to put it forward for O'Grady. It's blocked by Brocton man, but it's put forward by Cox and Muzzy Unduna. Hudson's running up with him, as is Kai Williams. Here's Muzzy Unduna, puts it down the left-hand side for Hudson, and a slide challenge there. A nasty one from Matthew Dean. And the referee, I don't believe, has the referee given anything? The referee hasn't given anything. He didn't get the ball there, he just tripped him. Oh, I've got to say, that is a poor decision. That is a poor decision from the referee. Hudson streaming down the left-hand side. He was tripped by Matthew Dean, didn't get anywhere near the ball, and the referee has not given a free kick. United have now lost possession. It's now a goal kick.
Come on, United!
So with just over 20 minutes to go, United still lead by 3-1, but they're not getting their fair share of referees' decisions right now. His head cleared by Coleman towards Williams, and a free kick is given against Luke Wright for a little bit of a push on Williams. Well, maybe the linesman trying to make amends for Coventry United right there. Here's Moodham. Under pressure from Hardiman. And it's another corner to Coventry United. Moodham is attempted cross blocked by the winger. So we will be naming our Hillsborough Matchday Man of the Match in around 5 minutes' time. Let us know who you think should be the Man of the Match on Twitter at MatchdayHills. It's a difficult one today. I've got to say it's a very difficult one. Several players in with a chance. O'Grady's going to be taking this one from the right-hand side. Swings it in. Headed away by Taylor. Head. Tries to bring the ball away from danger. United are trying to keep it in here is Chris Scott. They've got themselves a throw-in on the left-hand side.
The throwing line, in case you're wondering.
Hudson to take the throw.
You meant to put the flag up when you get one of them.
Williams cuts in, tries to find Corey. It's taking a touch off Green. Wilson puts it forward. Wilson to Taylor. Taylor plays it back to the goalkeeper. Williams is going to try and put Stone under pressure here. Aidan Stone clears towards the head of Dell. Coleman heads it forward. Wilson brings it under control. Unduna tries to nick it away. It's now come to Lomas. Long ball forward, looking for Callum Head. Morris comes out and will try and claim this one. And he does. He manages to grab onto that before it goes out of his box. Dealt. Here's Matthew Dean on the right hand side, dispossessed by Hudson, and I'm not sure what Nduna was trying there. Was he trying to chip the goalkeeper? That wasn't the best pieces of play there from Muzzy and Nduna. There's still 3-1 Coventry United. And entry now for Brocton, as I believe that was Declan Green coming into the penalty area, but forced down. Coleman. Time running out for Brocton. They're going to have to get themselves a second goal quickly if they are going to take anything from this match. 10 minutes to go. Well, just over 10, I should say, around 12 minutes actually. And Morris will take this free kick. Morris fires it down the centre of the pitch. Only finds Thornton now. Josh O'Grady on the right hand side. A lob pass for Williams. He takes it away from Adam Robinson beautifully. Here's Kai Williams. And it's cleared by Taylor. As Nduna was waiting at the far post, but it's another corner to Coventry United. And once again, the regular set piece taker, Josh O'Grady, lines up the corner on the right flank. Thornton wants it close. Tries to find Thornton. It's played out for another corner, this time by Josh Wilson. O'Grady once again to take it, and once again plays a short one to Thornton. It's back to O'Grady. Flicks it back to Thornton. Crossing opportunity. Under pressure from Wilson. Thornton slips. O'Grady has got the ball back. Chips it back into the penalty area. Thornton! And it's off the line by Taylor. O'Grady picks it up again on the right hand side. Attack not over. Excuse me. Attack the ball into the penalty area. Falls to nothing for Coventry United. About Aidenstone will get this one away as Nduna tries to put him under pressure. Oh wow! Listen to this. Scoreline at Shawbury. It's now 4-3. It's Shawbury 4, Sphinx 3. Sphinx were 3-1 down at half time, and that's 4-3 and Sphinx have got a penalty. And that's a chance here for Brocton to get themselves back on the score sheets, and it's cleared just in time there from Callum Burgess. Well, it's been a mad day down in non-league. Sphinx losing by 4 goals to 3. We'll try and tell you that penalty has gone in shortly. And a goal from Vale Park. And Coventry City are 2 goals up. That first win is finally coming, boys. Chris McCann scores for Coventry City. It's finally coming. And now United can get themselves a 4th goal here as Nduna puts it into the penalty area. And now Josh O'Grady! Offside. He put it into the net, but the linesman on the far side has flagged. Well, guys, look at me, I've got a beaming bloody smile on my face because we haven't won all season. Right? Just let me have this one. All right? Well, come on. Look, even Derby County won the Premier League and they got freaking 8 points or something, didn't they?
That's how we had after Christmas. I think it's everybody else at the bottom of the win today as well.
Yeah. Well, no matter what happens today, we won't get off the bottom, so it don't matter. We're still going to be bottom of the table, so. But anyway, finally, I have finally got an excuse to watch the Football League highlights tonight because Coventry City are 2-0 up and Chris McCann has made sure that the Sky Blues, well, I wouldn't say they've returned to Sky Blue Heaven just yet, but they're out Sky Blue Hell for now. Oh, I'll tell you what, see, I'm happy now, When that Aidan Stone's going to take a goal kick, hoops it away. Cox to Kevin Thornton, and O'Grady's got acres of space on the right hand side, collects the ball, moved him with the overlapping run, puts it forward. Kevin Thornton lays it off, Pierre Moodim! Ah, just wide at the near post. Good opportunity for Coventry United. With 10 minutes to go. It remains 3-1 Coventry United. Well, we're going to be naming our Hills of Their Match Day Man of the Match very shortly. It's a difficult one, I've got to say. It's a very difficult one to decide. Well, I'll try and make my mind up next time the ball goes out of play. Stone hoops it away, only as far as Josh O'Grady. Puts it into the penalty area, headed away by Robinson. Thornton wins it from Josh Wilson. Kevin Thornton. Williams on the edge of the area. Can't sort his feet out. Puts the ball into the area, finds Thornton. Shrugs off multiple challenges. Williams wants it on the right. Here is Kai Williams. Will he cut in or cross? He lays it off for Thornton. Wants some force back from Wilson. And Moodim just about keeps it in on the right hand side. Moodim tries to find Muzzy and Duna, and it's intercepted. Dell. Oh, good interception there from Lewis Hudson. O'Grady wants it forward and he puts it through. Josh O'Grady to make it 4! Oh, brilliant save! And Hudson couldn't control it. Thornton! And again save! Brilliant double save there by Aidan Stone. And it will be, well, it's kept in. Now Hudson, side challenge there from Matthew Dean, and it will be a corner kick. Well, it's now time to name my Hills for Match Day Man of the Match as Rob Prinzel gets set to come on, I believe. And off comes Jamie Coleman. So a straight swap in defence with Coleman replaced by Rob Prinzel. Well, it's now time to name my Hills for Match Day Man of the Match. And it's between two standout players today, but I'm going to give it to, well, they're both returning heroes. They're both back in the starting line today, but I'm going to give it to Josh O'Grady. I'm going to give it to Josh O'Grady today. It was between O'Grady and Hudson. I'm going to give it to Josh O'Grady. And O'Grady with an effort. Say well at the near post. Yeah. Again, it was very close because Hudson's had an absolutely cracking game today. I'm not sure whether O'Grady scored 1 or 2. We've got to check that on the highlights later. But no matter what's happened, O'Grady's been cracking today. And although Hudson's been brilliant, I think O'Grady has just edged it. So O'Grady, with his first league goal of the season, has got his first Man of the Match award as well. Prinzel tries to find the Corey can't control it. Wilson shrugged off there by the Corey, and Duna tries to find him again, but Lomas brings it away. Prinzel for Coventry United. Hudson down line. Here's Muzzy and Duna. With his back to Taylor. Lofted ball by Hudson, but the control from Thornton isn't there. So around 5 minutes to go, just over 5 minutes to go until full time. Lofted ball from the back, held up by Prinzel. Cox should be able to clear this one. Prinzel fires it away after Cox. Couldn't quite win the header. The ball stayed in. Oh, it's gone out now, and Taylor takes the throw. There's a throw now for Coventry United on the left-hand side. And Duna is going to take it. In fact, now he's going to allow Hudson to throw it in. United look to have the 3 points in the bag. Cox and Hudson playing a 1-2 there now. Cox, a challenge from behind there by Matthew Dean. The referee says no. Brocton do come away with the ball. It's flicked on there by Callum ahead. Now Dominic Dell. Dean in the penalty area, slides it in. Thornton's got to try and get someone away here. His head tries to take it away from him. Thornton decides to play it out of danger rather than boot it. It's paid off because United have come away with the ball now. And here's Lewis Hudson. Decory. Now Pierre Moodin. O'Grady. Moodin with the overlapping run. O'Grady finds Moodin. Crossing opportunity. Moodin puts it in towards Unduna. Head away by Robinson. It will come down to Matthew Dean. He tries to find Lomas. He just able to slide it away there from O'Grady. Brocton playing a dangerous game here. Cox tries to dispossess Declan Green. It's played back to Aidan Stone in goal. Prinzel controls it well in defence. 1-2 between Hudson and Thornton. Hudson to Cox. Unduna with space on the left-hand side. And Cox beautiful through ball to find Muzzy Unduna. Still going Unduna, cuts it in, looking for Williams. A little bit too far for Williams. And now Wilson will play it away. Lofted ball looking for Dominic Dell. And that will fall to the feet of Rich Morris as Dell tries to make a nuisance of himself, but it won't matter. United still lead by 3-1. Coventry City well on their way to 3 points for the first time this season, leading 2-0 at Port Vale. Coventry RFC still in with a chance at Butts Park, losing 23-27 to Hartbury. But now Pierre Midden comes in. It's well saved. It's well saved from Aidan Stone. He had Williams and Unduna in there waiting for the ball. But Midden had a go. To be fair, it was a decent effort, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. So as I was saying, still very much open at Butts Park Arena. Coventry 23, Hartbury College 27 in the rugby. It's a corner kick now to Coventry United, put in towards Williams, dealt with at the near post. Green. Under pressure from Thornton, ball down line, he's looking for Callum Head. Poor control, and moved him now for Coventry United. Thornton. There's Josh O'Grady once again cutting in. Tries to lay off Cox, and here is Chris Cox. He's past one defender. Chris Cox! Bottom corner! You don't keep them out. Chris Cox rounds it off with a goal. That's 2 goals in 2 games with the skipper. Low and hard into the bottom corner. Coventry United have been dominant today, and it shows on the score sheet. Coventry United 4, Brocton 1. And just a couple of minutes until the referee blows the whistle for the final time. I really just put the icing on the cake. And well, United may well be in for the old 5. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Still a couple of minutes left. Well, Brocton's got to be careful here. I mean, their goal difference isn't exactly great. They have conceded the most goals of anyone in the league this season. They could be at it again here as the cross was blocked. Well, Brocton have now conceded 36 league goals in just 10 games, the worst of anyone in the league. 36 goals in the league, with just 12 scored. They look to try and salvage some pride here. Lomas. Wilson. Good challenge there from Sean Decory to win the ball back for Coventry United. Punted forward. Williams was never going to get to that one. It'll go out for a throw-in. It will be a throw-in to be taken by Ben Taylor. Up line towards Lomas. Nodded on towards Matthew Dean. It's only found Lewis Hudson. He's got time on the ball. Unduna keeps it away from Lomas and plays it back to Rob Prinzel. United full of confidence at this late stage. We'll be heading into injury time any second now. A strong display from Coventry United. Here's Thornton. Now Moodim. O'Grady in front and finds O'Grady. United looking for the old 5 here. Can they find it before the full-time whistle? O'Grady plays in Thornton on the right side of the penalty area. Trying to waste a little bit of time here. Lays it off to O'Grady once again. Back to Thornton, crossing opportunity. Will United take that opportunity though? Thornton back to O'Grady. O'Grady. And he's forced down. He's forced down, I believe that was Luke Wright who brought him to the floor. There will indeed be a Coventry United free kick. It's taken quickly. 1-2 between O'Grady and Thornton. O'Grady, and he's tripped again. And that's got to be a yellow card now. I believe it's the same player. And it will indeed be another yellow card, this time for Luke Wright. So 1 minute left, according to the linesman. Free kick to be whipped in from the right-hand side by Josh O'Grady. Will miss the set piece. Add another one to his collection. It's whipped in. No, he won't. Easily gathered in the near post by Aidan Stone, who's a decent game so far. He's hitting 4 goals. He made a couple of decent saves. He can hold his head high today, which is more than what can be said for his defenders. Of course, you can catch highlights of this match on Hillsford Matchday's YouTube channel around tomorrow evening, probably, so around 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, anything around that. But the referee does bring today's match to an end. Convincing display for Coventry United against the team with the leakiest defence in the league. United have put in 4 past Aidan Stone. Not a disastrous display by any means from Brocton, but Coventry United have proven what they are about. Their league campaign is well and truly back on the rails. Josh O'Grady scoring his first league goal of the season. Well, Terry Anderson will be happy with how his team set up today. They could have easily had more. The Red and Green Army will be happy with another 3 points to add to their increasingly impressive collection. The late August slump is well and truly over. Coventry United are back on form. 4 straight wins for the Red and Green Army. And it is fully deserved as well. Final score here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry United 4, Brocton 1.
The City won yet? That don't need anything though, does it?
Well, we hope you can join us in just a couple of days' time for our next match, which is on Wednesday, I believe.
Who's playing Wednesday?
It's the Birmingham Senior Cup, I believe, that we're playing on Wednesday.
Don't think so.
I know Coventry City are playing, but whoever we're playing, I'm not sure.
We're not playing anybody.
So let me just check. No, we haven't got a match on Wednesday. We are, in fact, in action next Saturday. It's an away match against St Andrews. So floodlights won't be necessary for that game, unless there's a lunar eclipse. But United will be travelling to St Andrews for the league match on Saturday. We weren't sure whether there was going to be a Birmingham Senior Cup match on Wednesday because Coventry City are playing against Alvechurch. United do have Walsall in that competition in a couple of weeks' time. Let's go through the final scores now around the grounds. The big one that everyone wants to know about. Listen to this, lads. Drink it in. Port Vale 0, Coventry City 2. The first win of a dreadful campaign for the Sky Blues. They've won. Worst start in 97 years. Boom! There goes the first win. Chris McCann and Marvin Sordell scoring for the Sky Blues. I would say who needs Tony Mowbray, but I was still crying myself to sleep last night just thinking about Mowbray leaving. But there you go. City have done it. It's a good day for Coventry, United and City both winning. So the final score at Port Vale is Port Vale 0, Coventry City 2. In the Premier League, Swansea 1, Liverpool 2, Hull City 0, Chelsea 2, Sunderland 1, West Brom 1, Watford 2, Bournemouth 2, and West Ham 1, Middlesbrough 1. In the Championship, Fulham 1, QPR 2, Birmingham City 1, Blackburn 0. It gets worse for Blackburn. Brentford 0, Wigan 0, Bristol City 2, Nottingham Forest 1, Bristol turning it around there. Burton 2, Cardiff 0, respectable display for Burton this afternoon. Ipswich 0, Huddersfield 1, Huddersfield continuing that impressive start to the season. In the Yorkshire Derby, Leeds beat Barnsley 2-1, surprising result at Ellen Road. Preston 2, Aston Villa 0. It gets worse for Roberto Di Matteo. Reading 1, Derby 1, a point for Derby after the well, I don't know whether it's a resignation or sacking, but Nigel Pearson is set to leave Derby. Rotherham 0, Newcastle 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Brighton 2, and the match between Wolves and Norwich is getting underway in around 40 minutes' time. Into League 1. AFC Wimbledon 2, Gillingham 0, Bolton 0, Oxford 2. That's 2 consecutive defeats now for Bolton in League 1. Bury 1, Scunthorpe 2, Charlton 0, Rochdale 1. Another defeat for Charlton. They're falling off the wagon here. Chesterfield 0, Bradford 1. Looks like Bradford are going to be top of the league now, I believe. Fleetwood 1, Sheffield United 0. A dramatic end at Sixfields. Northampton 2, Bristol Rovers 3. A last-minute winner for Rovers. Oldham 0, MK Dons 2. Port Vale 0, Coventry City 2. Get in. Shrewsbury 1, Swindon 1, Southend 1, Peterborough 1, and Walsall 2, Millwall 1. In League 2, Barnet 0, Leyton Orient 0, Cambridge 2, Accrington Stanley 1, Carlisle United 2, Colchester 0, Cheltenham 1, Luton 1, Crawley 1, Blackpool 0, Crewe 1, Mansfield 1, Grimsby 0, Hartlepool United 3. Cracking result there for the Monkey Hangers. Plymouth 4, Yeovil 1, Portsmouth 1, Doncaster 2, and Wickham 1, Exeter 0. Let's try and get some final scores from our local teams. Coventry RFC were trailing at home to Hartbury College. It was 27-23 last time we saw it, and the final score has now come in. Coventry Rugby Club 23, Hartbury College 27. Coventry coming so close but unable to close that 4-point margin late on. Bedworth are out of the FA Cup. They lost 4-0 against Curzon Ashton. The Greenbacks' FA Cup dream is over, but a valiant display from the Greenbacks. Of course, they knocked out Coventry United a couple of rounds ago. What about Coventry Sphinx? An incredible match over at Shawbury, and it is... let me see now. It is 4-3 to Shawbury. The penalty from Sphinx was converted to make it 4-3. A goal from Jackson Downey, I believe it was. But it wasn't enough. The final score there, Shawbury 4, Coventry Sphinx 3. So Sphinx unsuccessful in trying to find themselves the winner there. Let's see how Coventry Copswood did. I believe they're in action today. In fact, no, their game was... that's the youth side, actually. I was trying to find the actual team rather than the youth side. They've got so many different Twitter accounts. Seriously, it's it's getting weird now. Let's get the Cotswold score up if we can. Let's have a look. I think the game, yeah, it was actually called off. The senior game was called off as well as the youth game against Chelmsley Town. So Cotswold versus Chelmsley was called off. That brings us to an end here on Hillsford Matchday. Of course, we thank you for tuning in. Highlights of this match will be available exclusively on the Hillsford Matchday YouTube channel sometime tomorrow. We will be back next weekend from 2:30 PM with live coverage of another match for Coventry United. We hope you can join us then. But until we meet again, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe, stay sporty, and we'll see you next week here on Hillsford Matchday with Liam Cook. Take care, everyone. See you in a bit.